Hey everybody, what is going on? Unfortunately, as you guys saw, I was not able to put up a update video regarding the Starlet. Florida got hit really hard with some pretty bad weather last week, so we were trying to go last week Thursday to the track to test, and come around, I don't know, I say Tuesday or Monday, the weather really started to become unpredictable and get pretty bad. So between where we're at all the way down to Miami got hit really bad with some really bad rain. So this actual area where we're at, we actually needed rain. We've had a pretty bad drought for the last, God, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, maybe 4 months. We really haven't had any rain here in Florida, which is pretty rare for the most part. We usually get tons of rain. Usually winter is pretty dry, and summer, picks up here for bad weather. And it was actually kind of vice versa. So the end of last year, we actually had a lot of wet weather. So the beginning of the year, it kind of cleared up, and our water level was actually pretty low. So whatever. With that being said, we couldn't make it to the track. We hope to here in the next couple weeks. As of right now, they don't have any test days. I actually reached out to the track manager as well to see if there would be any rentals, and there are none. So we're kind of stuck. But with that being said, it's kind of good. We have much needed work that we need to catch up with. So I wanted to give you guys a little shop update on what we got. A bunch of motors that are coming together as well, project cars and things like that. So here's our personal Starlet update that we got. So we finally got the header finished, got this done. I'm working on the exhaust now. Next I'm going to work on all the cooling system. I got the radiator for it, got the distributor out because if I have to pull the header in and out, makes life a lot easier. So I just got the distributor laying up here. Alternators in. I got to make an upper bracket for the alternator mount to get the belt in there. So I'm going to go pick up a belt, get a belt in there, and then figure out where the mount's going to go. I'm not going to make it too tight because down in there, if you see, we got the lower portion of the water pump. So I need to do something. I'm going to do some AN stuff on here, and then another 90 or something coming out of here to the upper part of the radiator. So that's what's going to happen here next. I'm going to keep cracking away on this. I got the exhaust, like I said, almost probably about, I don't know, 60% done. So if you look under here, I know it's kind of dark, but you could see I got Vband set up in there, 2.5-inch flex pipe, and then the exhaust is kind of running back this way where it's going to go underneath the rear end. So I'm going to work on that next, but that's all pretty much mocked up and done, welded, ready to go. Here I haven't welded, but that's all ready to go as well. So chipping away on this little project. Next is our Corolla, where we got cylinder head is bolted on, intake manifolds bolted on, throttle body we might be using. This is just something that's actually more for looks than anything else with this big mouth that it has on it. This is actually a 4-inch opening, but it's only a 75mm throttle body, so it's not a big throttle body, just looks kind of crazy. And so yeah, these are the actual plug wires, valve cover. I have a oil cap coming for it. I am going to use this header and turbo setup for now. I'm really curious to see what kind of power it makes with this setup, so I got to get the wastegate mounted back in this area. I'm going to do that next as well. So just yeah, some little progress we got going on the Corolla, which I thought is pretty cool. I got motivated to get the head on there. Rockers are in there, so I got to get push rods in, adjust all the valves. Here's the water pump I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do with the water pump is I'm going to weld a 12 AN fitting on here, and then that will basically kick out of this side with another 90 to come down probably into the lower part of the radiator down here. So that'll be all AN. I have to figure out what I'm going to do up top. I have to make a plate here. I'll probably go with a 90 this way, and then something over on this side to come into that. So I'm going to work on that next. I got to get the distributor done, take this off, weld it all on the inside. Got to do that as well. So yeah, this is kind of coming along too. We also built this 3T header for this good customer of ours. This is actually going to be going to Maui, this entire car. So I'm working on this, trying to get this exhaust system done. If you see down there, it's got a V-band also. So it's a 4-to-1 inch and 5/8 primary, all stainless header with a merge collector down there, and trying to get this finalized and done so this car can actually ship also.
So if you look down here, I know it's kind of dark, you should be able to see though. I had to notch the transmission mount to clear the exhaust pipe. So that is done. V-band assembly right there. Another flex pipe there, and this is a 2 1/4 exhaust, so that's coming all back here. I'm actually going to cut the pipe here next, take a little turn, that's going to go underneath the rear end as well. And if you look back here, you can see where the muffler's at. So it's funny because wagons do things a little differently. Instead of laying the muffler flat, you have to stick them in that hole and turn them sideways. So I actually kind of forgot about that, but luckily I got the muffler all mocked up there on jack stands. I'm going to get that done, get the exhaust hangers up, and yeah, we should have this whole exhaust system pretty much finished. I'm going to try and work on that today actually and get this finalized. So just a couple more bends, couple more welds, and it should be good to go. So, and of course, last and not least, a bunch of motor builds coming together. This is a 5S block, 3S brand new crank, our billet main caps, and it has powder rods. I don't know if you can see down in there the powder rods. They're very distinctive on how they make the beam of the rod, but this is all together. Got to get the rear seal on it next. And this is a fully cemented block. If you look there, this is going to be for a full drag car. So that's pretty much assembled. Here's that 2J motor we've been working on. Finally got the oil pan on it, dry sump pump. Pistons are in, everything's ready to go. Next I am going to get the head together for this, and get the head gasket on, head studs, and then assemble this thing, final assemble this thing. So here you got the 4AG motor we're doing for a local guy, a good friend of ours. So crank is in, he's got these MRP cap straps on there, brand new crank also. This thing spins great, ARP main studs. So that's coming together. I got the piston and rod combination for that already assembled, so I'm gonna get that together. Here you got a 3TC motor we're doing for another customer in Hawaii. This is an all motor setup. So nothing special, nothing, you know, no caps or nothing this thing needs. Should be a pretty wicked setup. You can look here, 12-to-1. This is going to be a cool motor. I'll show you the piston and rod assembly now. Just want to show you the back shot of this. Another 5S block we're putting together for a customer out in Texas. BC rods, custom pistons, ARP main studs. Should be about a 600 horsepower engine. That's what he's, if I'm not mistaken, that's what he's going to be pretty much shooting for. He's going to be happy with that. So here is the rod and piston assembly for the 4AG motor. So Brian Crower rod, heavy duty piston, Trom piston of course, good size wrist pin. You know, he's gonna be happy with, I don't know, 500-600 horsepower. So I've never really built a 4AG to make that kind of power, so it'll be cool to see one actually put some power down doing that. So again, here is the 3TC high compression, Eagle rods, and Trom 12-to-1 piston. So this thing is going to be an absolute screamer. Can't wait to hear this thing run over there in Hawaii and making some racket with it's going to have some Makunis on it, so he's definitely going old school. Cam's already in the motor. Here is that 5S block I just showed you from the backside. Pistons are in. I'm getting the oil pump ready to get put on. Moroso oil pan is on the way in, and then the rear seal. So chipping away at all these motors. That's why I'm saying at the end of the day, if we can't race the Starlet, I have a lot of work here that I need to catch up on and basically get all these motors put together. These guys are waiting on their stuff, so definitely get caught up here. I'm way behind. You know, when we traveled to Hawaii and stuff like that, it's definitely not easy to get back here and try and get back in the groove to work. So I'm pretty pumped up to get all this stuff. Here the Starlet sits and waits. Everything's pretty much ready to go. We got our wheelie bar wrench ready to go to the track. We got our tire pressure gauge. I got these Haltech tire covers that I got from them when my good buddy Eric was there. He's not there anymore, but he had given us all this stuff, and just use it for now until my car's done. But for the most part, motor's ready to go. We're pretty much ready to go. So, you know, we don't really know how ready we are until we test. So that's basically the plan. So again, I will keep you guys updated on what's happening. The minute we hit the track, you guys will be the first to know, and hopefully it's going to be good progress. So everybody, I hope everybody's having a good week, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.